Hello everyone, my name is Neil and welcome to Scientifically Speaking, a show where a variety of science topics will be discussed. You can find topics ranging from biology to psychology and even more. All that I ask for you to do is to come into the episodes with an open mind. With all that being said, let's get started with episode 2. Have you ever wondered how many amounts of people can comply with the man who spreads evil and hatred to the world? Well, that's actually a question that birthed the rise of social psychology, a field of psychology founded by Kurt Lewin. He was an early leader of group dynamic research and is regarded by many as the founder of modern social psychology. But we aren't here to talk about him. We are here to talk about another social psychologist by the name of Philip Zimbardo. Maybe you've heard of him. I know I have. After all, he's one of my favorite psychologists, besides Oliver Sacks. Zimbardo was mostly well known because of the infamous Stanford Prison Experiment, which was conducted at Stanford University in 1971. Zimbardo was set out to study how conformity and obedience can result in people behaving in ways that are completely opposite to how they would act on their own and how they think they would act. Only bad people do bad things, right? Well, certain situations can make regular Joe Schmoes behave in horrible ways. In this study, the participants knew exactly what they were getting into. The participants were essentially normal people. They were examined to see if they didn't have any physical or psychological disorders. They were also middle-class male students who were randomly assigned to their roles as either a prison guard and prisoner. Imagine being randomly assigned as one of the prisoners Dr. Zimbardo staged. Real arrests on the people who were assigned as prisoners without them knowing. Real officers' mugshots, fingerprints, and handcuffs were involved. They were then taken to the prison, which was inside Stanford's psychology building. The prison had mock cells and had no windows or clocks. That way, it was the closest thing to a real experience. Imagine being one of the guards. They had some rules in place by Dr. Zimbardo, who took the role of the prison warden. They could only refer to prisoners by their numbers and not their names. No physical harm could be done, but they can use other methods of to control prisoners by creating fear, loss of privacy, and even de-individualization. Guards had uniforms, batons, which were actually not used in physical harm, by the way, but as threats for controlling prisoners, and sunglasses. Well, how'd it go down? By the second day of the study, the prisoners started rebelling against the guards and barred themselves in their cells. The guards ended up fighting back and won. The guards started to believe that the prisoners were an actual threat that needed controlling. So the guards became increasingly aggressive towards them. Because of the abuse, prisoners started to mentally break down. There was one prisoner who got so bad, he got removed from the prison after showing signs of uncontrollable rage and depression. On day 3, the prisoners decided that they were going to go on a hunger strike. How did the guards respond to this? They forced the prisoners to repeat their numbers constantly, forced them to exercise, pushing them to mere exhaustion. They even took away basic amenities like using a toilet and making them use a bucket. This continued all the way up to day 6. Remember how I said that Zimbardo was the warden of the prison? Yeah, right? Well, he was there the whole time. He ended up becoming the very thing that he was studying. Ironic, right? He never realized that things went wrong because he adopted the role of the warden, siding with the prisoners. On day 6, Dr. Zimbardo's girlfriend, Christina Maslach, visited the prison while Zimbardo was there, saw the horrible actions going on, and essentially threatened to break up with him if he didn't stop the experiment because of how frightening she thought it was. She was essentially what caused Zimbardo to come back to reality. He ended the study early after what he saw with his real eyes. Half of the prisoners left the study early, while none of the guards left the study early. What did we learn? This psychological study was shown to demonstrate the human response to captivity. This example clearly shows the real-world circumstances of prison life. My name's Neil. I'm the host of Scientifically Speaking. See you in the next episode.